Hello all students, so welcome back to our online class. So are you ready for our lesson today? Alright, I hope you are ready now. So in today's video, we are going to study the lesson in the blueprint 4. From the previous video, you already learned the vocabularies and the conversation about the movie choice, right? So people, they go to the movie and they discussed about what movie they would like to watch. And in that conversation, you learn a lot about types of movie. For example, let's say you learn about the action movie, you know about romantic comedy, so on and so forth. But you might notice on the other page of the lesson, which is on page 25 of your book, you will see the language focus. And in that language focus, it is an exciting lesson for me to teach all of you, because this lesson is very important for you to understand as a language learner. So what is the lesson for today, everyone? So if you are opening your books to page 25, you will see a table on top of the page. And on the table here, there is a title of the lesson, which is the modal of possibility. So today's video, you are going to learn modal of possibility. So the question is, what is modal? You, from your background knowledge, I assume that you have already learned this before, because it is the basic and foundation of the language structure. So modal, mostly we call it modal verb, which is one type of the main verb in English language. So talking about the type of verb in English, let me tell you in English, there are three main types of verb that you need to know and you need to understand. The first type is normal verb. So normal verb, it can be action verb or it can be a stative verb. So verb that express action, emotion, situation, and it has the same meaning of their own. So we call that verb as a normal verb. And why we call it normal? Because we cannot form a question form, we cannot form a negative form by using only a normal verb. We need auxiliary verb, alright? So auxiliary verb is another type of verb. We have do, have, so all of those are auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is, or some people call helping verb. And the function of auxiliary verb is to help the main verb to form question and negative, right? And in this video, you are going to learn modal verb. And modal verb is a big topic that we should discuss. But in this video, we only put the scope into the modal verb of possibility. Because modal verb can use to express a lot of things. And modal verb is special because first, it has its own meaning. And the second, it can form a question form and a negative form of the sentence by itself. For example, let's say the word could, which is the word that we use to express the possibility, which is not quite sure of, we are not certain, so we use the word could. So here, let me give you an example. He could be rich. So it's just your assumption or your guess, but you are not sure. If you want to make this sentence into a negative form, you don't need to use do, does, did at all. You just add the word not to the word could. He could not be rich. So this is why modal verb is different from auxiliary verb and normal verb. So today, as I said, we set the scope of our lesson to only the modal verb of possibility. So if you find some other modal verb, we will cover that modal verb in the next or other video. But in this video, we only look at this modal verb in terms of expressing possibility. So now everyone, we might look at the first case here. So the meaning of the modal verb, we have three here: could, may, and might. So these are the three modal verbs. And if you use this in your sentence, it expresses possibility. I hope you remember from the previous lesson, you study the adverb that express probability or express your prediction, and there's a label. So here we can use modal verb to do so. So could, may, and might we use to express our assumption or the situation, which is only the possibility. We are not sure. It's only 25%, right? We are not sure. As I give you an example, he could be rich. So we are not sure whether he is rich or not. But there is a possibility which is only 25%. He could be rich. Or you can say he may be rich, or he might be rich. Okay, so these three modal verbs are used to express possibility. How about the other one, which is strong possibility? You are quite sure, for example, 70% that it is true, 70% that you are sure of what you are talking about. So you use the word should or ought to. So this one, the word should and ought to, for this case, it has the same meaning, but this one is more formal and mostly used. And this one is quite old now. They rarely appear in the formal text. Mostly you can see the word should. So the word should here we use to express the strong possibility. If you see a dark cloud and you say it should be rain this afternoon, so here your assumption is strong based on some of the evidence, or you are quite sure about what you assume or what you predict. So you use should or ought to. Or if you see the car is driving very fast on a dangerous road and you think that there will be a traffic accident if that car drives very fast. So you say it should have accidents because that car is very fast. So you're quite sure about what you predict, right? Based on some evidence. Good. The last one, which is the strong one, because you are certain, but it near certain, which means it is 95 or 99% sure about what you are saying. Let's say the word is must and can. So when you see a snake, and what do you think? The snake must be dangerous. The snake must bite people if we touch the snake, which is quite sure because we understand the nature of that animal, which is aggressive. So if you want to make a negative form, we use can or must not. So as I said earlier in the video, modal verb is special because it can form a question and it can form a negative sentence without another auxiliary verb. Okay, so here are the modal verb that you need to know, and it is easy. There are only three categories here. We have possibility, we have strong possibility, and near certainty. And the meaning of the modal verb here are the same. For example, could, may, and might, it has the same meaning as possibility. Should and ought to has the same meaning as strong possibility, and the word must and can express near certainty. So now everyone, I hope you catch up with the lesson, which is the modal verb here. Now let's practice some of the exercise here on the whiteboard, and this practice exercise will help you a lot in doing some of the classwork and some of the homework, because you might ask to do some type of this exercise later, so who knows. So the best way is to start looking at this type of exercise. So what you need to do here is to choose one modal verb So how can you choose? You need to know the meaning of each modal verb. So again, before we start, let's look at the word could and ought to. So could, we used to talk about the possibility, and if you scale it, it's around 25%. And ought to, it has the same meaning as the word should, and if you scale it into the degrees, which is maybe 70 or 75% sure. So here, let's look at the situation. My friends like this food, so it be good. So you have evidence, isn't it? All my friends like this food, so it's a little bit of the idea that some people like this food, or a lot of people like this food. So it might be the hint or the evidence for you to assume that the food is good. So are you quite sure or not sure about this? Alright, you are sure about this in this situation because the speaker here, they have evidence. So the right answer is ought to. Let's move on to number 2. Don't touch dead snakes. So this is the example that I gave you earlier. Don't touch that snake. It should not be safe, or it can't be safe. So snake, everyone knows when you hear the word snake, it is not a good animal to keep as pet, but it is an aggressive animal. So the right answer is it can't be safe. Number 3, Eric is thinking about his plan. He might or he can visit his parents. So everyone, he might or he can visit his parents. So can here we used to express something else, which is the ability. So Eric is thinking about his plan. So what he is thinking is just a plan. He's not sure about that. So we use he might visit his parents. So now everyone, it's come to the end of the video session that we learn about our main point of the lesson in the book. But before we end this video, I would like to remind all of you that if you have any questions, if you cannot catch up with any specific point in the videos, make sure you ask your teacher, because you are the learner. So make sure you watch this video and understand all the main idea from this video. But we are human, we are not perfect. We may not catch up with any specific point. That is why I repeatedly said that if you have any questions and you cannot catch up with any point, don't worry. Ask your homeroom teacher in our online study group, because we are always there to help you learn, right? Now everyone, it comes to the end of our video session, and see you again in the next video.